Nicole Lowen, Representative Lowen, Martin, Matayoshi, Todd, Tokioka, and Matsumoto are members of the committee. Today it's Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. It's 10 a.m. and we're in room 325 at the state capitol. And I'm going to recess because we're echoing and I'm going to try and figure out what's going on. On the problem. Um, First up, we have HB 876 relating to the Advisory Committee on Pesticides. Um, First, we have Department of Agriculture, Phyllis, in support. She's here.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, members of the committee. The department stands in strong support, and we are available to answer any questions.
Couldn't hear her. She's talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the department, thank you very much. The department stands on its written testimony in strong support of the measure, and we're available to answer any questions.
Okay. Next, we have Synergistic Hawaii Agriculture Council in support. They're not here. That's all the testimony that we have in front of us. Is there any other members waiting to testify?
Mr. Chair,
Oh, sorry. There's a whole list of more people. My bad. So there's Brian Miyamoto, Farm Bureau, in support. Brian, go ahead.
good morning, Chair Hashimoto, Vice Chair Peruso, members of the committee. Brian Miyamoto here on behalf of the Hawaii Farm Bureau. Thank you, Chair. The Hawaii Farm Bureau will stand on its written testimony in support.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a few individuals in support. I'm going to skip over to an individual by Clayton Kubo in support. He's not here? He's not here?
Oh, there you go.
Okay. Here you got my Seahawks.
That's like an endorsement.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Clayton Kubo, Waimea, Kauai, in support. But can you guys make an amendment if it's possible? Like put in an open seat for I guess a person, I'm going to say, that is, how can I put this into words? You know, normally I'll be at the state capitol, that's why looking at you guys in you guys' faces, but this is kind of new to me. Okay, so can you make a chair, can you make an amendment that a person that has concerns for agriculture impacts and pesticides, can they have a seat at the table? That is all. Mahalo. Aloha.
Okay. Thank you very much. That is all the testimony that we have. There is no other people waiting in the wait room. Members, do you have any questions? Seeing none, I guess I will ask the question of Phyllis, Department of Ag.
Yes, Chair.
You heard the current testimony of putting someone that has concerns regarding pesticides? Is that
Yes.
or is somebody already on?
I will call Victoria Matsumura up to provide more details, but currently the advisory committee, the members have to be well informed of the pesticide rules that we have, and the meetings are public meetings. They're open to the public so that people from the public can come attend the meetings and address their concerns. But I will have Victoria Matsumura come forward and confirm or provide additional information.
Okay. Thank you very
Hi.
much.
Victoria Matsumura. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, everyone. I'm from the pesticides branch. We do currently have, and the law provides for a citizens group as a member on the committee. So that position does exist. And as Phyllis stated, we do always have open meetings where anyone's welcome to give their feedback.
Okay, thank you very much. So we do have somebody. All right. Members, any other questions? Seeing none, we are moving on to HB 247. Relating to agricultural lands. First up, we have Office of Planning, Ronnie Funakoshi. Support.
Hi, good morning, Chair and members of the committee. Rodney Funakoshi from the State Office of Planning. OP stands on its written testimony in strong support of this bill. Thank you for hearing it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Next, we have Department of Taxation with comments. Isaac Choi.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, members. Josh Michaels on behalf of the Director. We'll stand on our testimony offering comments.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have Hawaii Department of Agriculture. Phyllis, in support.
Thank you. Yes, the department will stand on its written testimony, strong support.
Okay, we have numerous individuals in support, and I will skip to the next person that is waiting. CCCA, Real Estate Commission, in support.
Oh, good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Carol Richelieu, and I'm testifying on behalf of Michael Pang, Chairperson of the Real Estate Commission. The Real Estate Commission stands on its testimony in support, having participated with the other stakeholders in the Act 278 committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Ulupono Initiative in support. And we have Hawaii Farm Bureau, Brian, in support.
Thank you, Chair. The Hawaii Farm Bureau will stand on its written testimony in support.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. That's all the testifiers we have lined up. Is nobody else? Members, do you have any questions? Seeing none, we are moving on to HB 1323, relating to common interest agriculture committees. Communities. First up, we have Office of Planning, Rodney, with comments.
Good morning, Chair. Rodney Funakoshi from the State Office of Planning. OP stands on its written testimony offering comments on the bill. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Next, we have Hawaii Department of Agriculture. Phyllis, with comments.
Yes, thank you, Chair. We stand on a written testimony expressing concerns and offering comments.
Okay, good. Next, we have John Okudara, Aloon Farms, in support.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to testify on this bill. What we are attempting to propose here is a method of establishing common interest agricultural communities, which is structured using the Uniform Common Interest Ownership Act, which is the template for the condominium law in Hawaii, but avoids the problem that condominium law has created in Hawaii by prohibiting the use of Chapter 514B, which is the condominium law, to do development on agricultural lands. What we attempt to do with this, what we propose to do with this bill is to use to create a structure for agricultural development where you have a synergy among the owners so that you benefit by the group within the organization. What it will do is permit interdependence among the parcel owners and share the cost of the various agricultural operations. The bill will prohibit any dwellings or residential buildings within the common interest ownership development, and also provide a more structured way of establishing the organization so that we can properly utilize the benefits of condo type operation, but avoiding the problems and creating a synergy by requiring water plan, various safety proposals like properly designed agricultural roadways for fire safety equipment and other benefits. And, I mean, it's a 51-page bill, so I hate to, I can't go over it in detail within the 2-minute time. So if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, John. We have one individual, well, associate with comments, and we have a couple individuals in support. Members, do you have any questions on this 51-page bill? Seeing none, I don't have any questions. We'll move on to the next bill. Next up, we have HB 874 relating to the IAL, Qualified Agricultural Cost Tax Credit. First up, we have Office of Planning, Rodney Funakoshi in support.
Morning, Rodney Funakoshi. OP stands on its testimony in strong support of this bill. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Department of Taxation, Isaac Choi.
Thank you again, Chair. The department will stand on its testimony and support.
Okay. Next, we have Department of Agriculture, Phyllis Shimabukuro.
Thank you, Chair, and the members of the committee. We strongly support this measure, and we suggest that the effective date of this measure be amended to apply to taxable years beginning after December 31st, 2021.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have ADC in support. We also have Hawaii, or Tax Foundation of Hawaii with comments. Tom Yamachika, are you there? Not present. Moving on, we have Dante Carpenter in support. Micah Ulupono Initiative in support, and we have Brian Miyamoto Hawaii Farm Bureau in support. Brian?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. The Hawaii Farm Bill will stand on its written testimony in support.
Okay, that's all the testimony I have in front of me. Nobody else is in the waiting room. Members, do you have any questions? Seeing none, we are moving on to HB 756 relating to the Board of Agriculture. First up, we have DHHL, William Ayla in support.
Thank you, Chair. We stand on our testimony in strong support.
Okay, good. Next, we have Department of Agriculture with comments.
Yes, Chair. Good morning. Thank you. The department offers comments in its written testimony.
Okay, good. That's all the testimony. Oh, we have one individual by Cheryl in support. That's all the people that we have for to testify. Members, are there any questions? Seeing none, we are moving on. HB 96 relating to agriculture buildings. First up, we have Department of Agriculture in support.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The department stands on its written testimony in support.
Okay, next up, we have University of Hawaii. Nick Comerford, Dean in support. Is he there?
Thank you, Chair.
Oh, we lost our feed.
Chair, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I've been dropping in and dropping out, but speaking.
Shall we recess? Oh, it's on his end? Okay. We'll recess to let the dean, we'll give him a couple minutes to get back in. Okay. We're gonna take the dean's testimony in support. We kind of know what he's gonna say. Next up, we're gonna move along.
I think he's talking.
He is.
Chair, I might be having problems on my end, but
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, never mind.
Okay, well, moving on to Hawaii Farm Bureau in support. Brian Miyamoto, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Chair. I'm here. The Hawaii Farm Bureau will stand on its written testimony in support. Chair, if we just note that these larger structures going from 20,000 to 60,000 square feet must still comply with all applicable state and county zoning codes. In addition, no electrical power or plumbing system can be connected with the structure without first obtaining appropriate county permits, and any wastewater disposal must comply with the State Department of Health regulations. We see a growth of our shade cloth greenhouses, controlled indoor environment farming, and this will go a long way to help grow that part of our industry. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, we have John Okudara, individual in support.
Yes, I'm here. Mr. Chair, Loon Farms will strongly support this measure. We would propose maybe just removing the size limit. A few years ago, Loon was opposed by a group called Nauru, who was proposing 3 greenhouse shade structures, each of which would have been 1 hectare, which is over 100,000 square feet. So we think that the size of the structure should be determined by what the operator determines his needs are. And the main thing is that it be commercially designed, properly manufactured, and that it complies to the plumbing and electrical and other requirements that the city will impose. With that amendment, we even stronger support this bill. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That is all the people that we have here to testify. We have numerous individuals that submitted written testimony and support. Members, do you have any questions? Seeing none, we are going to move on to HB 100 relating to inspection fees. Okay. Next up, we have Phyllis from Hawaii Department of Agriculture with comments.
Yes, Chair, thank you very much. The department appreciates the intent of the measure and we stand on our written testimony.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Tom Yamachika, Tax Foundation Hawaii with comments. There? No, he's not there. Next, we have Christy Martin, UHPCSU Coordinating Group in support.
Aloha, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, Christy Martin, CGAPS. We support the idea, but I just wanted to point to our comments at the bottom of our testimony letter. The ability to charge for air cargo is something that I'd like to point to. The department was not able to continue to collect that because of a federal lawsuit. However, thanks to the Tax Foundation of Hawaii, they helped highlight how such a fee on air cargo could be addressed. And I also wanted to point to just other measures that attempt to move those funds from the S fund into the general fund, and those solutions that are proposed for collecting from air cargo would need to be structured so that the fees that are collected from air cargo get returned to the services that are supporting inspection at the airports or air cargo, wherever the air cargo goes. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Micah in support, Ulupono Initiative, Hawaii Farm Bureau, Brian Miyamoto in support.
Thank you, Chair. Brian Miyamoto on behalf of the Farm Bureau. Chair, we're going to qualify our testimony and support. We support the intent. We don't want to see any increase to the cost of residents here in Hawaii, increasing the cargo fee from 75 cents to $1.50. Our support is what the cargo fee is used for and invasive species that we have here in Hawaii. Stable funding for invasive species, we believe, is a good thing. But, in this COVID era where everybody in Hawaii is struggling, we struggle. We normally come in and oppose any tax increases, any cost of doing business for our farmers, but this will be increasing the cost of doing business for folks across the board. So we just want to qualify our support. Again, is the intent. We support the Pest Inspection, Quarantine, and Eradication Fund. The increase would obviously bring in additional funds and resources to the Department of Agriculture for the many things that the fund does to address invasive species. But we're not sure if we want to see the increase and the impact it may have to our Hawaii residents. So thank you for this opportunity to testify.
Okay, thank you very much. Last, we have Gerald Silva in opposition. Members, that's all the people that we have lined up for to testify today. Are there any questions?
I have a quick question.
Sure, Representative Caruso. Vice Chair has a question.
I have a question. It's really for Tom Yamachika, but I'm wondering if Christine Martin from UH can answer it. So my question is with respect to the air freight and the fee as it relates to the special funds. We are having discussions in finance this session around special funds, and I'm wondering if the fees that are collected are deposited into the general fund, but then used for the purposes related specifically to the airport inspection, it would still fulfill the requirements necessary to avoid legal action, correct?
I am not a lawyer, but my reading of the the bar, there was a paper done by the American Bar Association, one of the members, as well as repeated by Tom Yamachika, Tax Foundation of Hawaii, that I believe is accurate. And that is any funds that are collected from air cargo would need to be returned to services that support those inspections for those commodities coming in. So I believe it would have to be an equal amount.
Correct. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good. Very good. Any other questions? Seeing none, we are moving on to HB 872 relating to the animal industry special fund. First, we have Phyllis Shimabukuro, Department of Agriculture and support.
Thank you, Chair. The department stands in strong support on its written testimony.
Okay, next we have Cattlemen's Council with comments, and we have Isaac Maeda, individual, with comments. Is Isaac on?
Hi, Chair. I'm just here from the Department of Agriculture to answer any questions.
Okay. Thank you. So that's all the testimony that our individuals we have on record to testify. Is there any members wishing to, does any member have a question? Seeing none? No? We are moving on to HB 156 relating to animal control services. We have County of Kauai in support and Animal Rights Hawaii in support. Nobody's registered to testify. Members, you have questions to nobody? Seeing none, we're gonna move on to the next bill. So next up is HB 1287 relating to microchips. We have Patrick Chi, PLNR, in support.
Aloha, Chair. I'm here to represent the department. I work for the Pacific Cooperative Studies Unit of the Research Corporation of the University of Hawaii, but in cooperation with DLNR, and I have been asked to represent the department on this bill. The department stands on its testimony in support, and I am available to answer any questions the committee may have. Thank you.
Good, thank you. We have numerous individuals. We have Neighborhood Cats in opposition. We have Nicole Schaefer, Hawaii Humane Society in support. We have Alicia Malatufiti in support. Toy Dogs and
Hi, Chair. Thanks for hearing this bill. As you may or may not know, the County of Oahu, actually City and County of Honolulu, has a mandatory microchip bill law already in place. But we have found some challenges with it, and we do believe a statewide mandate would be in the best interest of the entire state. But let me just tell you why we feel like this language needs to be added. One section, it requires the animal control contractors to utilize the national microchip found pet alerts. Specifically, the reason why is because we're the local Humane Society here on Oahu is not using them, and it's intermittent. Now, these national pet alerts are fantastic. They're free for the life of the pets. The one manufacturer that we use called Michelin Found Animals. And what they do is when you find an animal, you can scan for the microchip and it will send a voicemail, a text alert, and an email to the owner. And it will include your information as the finder. They will be able to contact you directly. And since dogs and cats are traditionally lost within a mile of their home, this system puts finders and rescuers in direct contact with pet owners, and it enables us to return these animals to their homes directly. The best way to save an animal's life is to prevent it from entering a shelter in the first place. So what this does is really saves lives. Unfortunately, the Humane Society is not using the system, and they use it intermittently. Our local Humane Societies, which are the animal control contractors, really do not have the resources that have been put into these national microchip registries. And because this one is free for basically anybody that uses it, there's really no way that they could compete such a fantastic system. Poi Dogs and Popoki was the organization to utilize this system 7 years ago. And all we want to know is that when a chip comes in or an animal comes in that is chipped with a Poi Dog and Popoki tag, we would like to get that pet alert. It's a great system. It'll save the city and counties money on animal control. The second part, I have to tell you, the second part of this bill that we put in, it requires the veterinary clinics to release the scanned microchip number to the finder or the rescuer. This just happened yesterday. One of the vet clinics would not release the chip to the rescuer. And what we tell people to do is when they find a pet, take it to your nearest veterinary clinic to have it scanned for the chip. And then if the chip belongs to one of these national registries, you can run that found pet alert. Well, for some reason, the veterinarians think that they're not allowed to release that chip. They're defeating the purpose of the microchip. They do not release, by the way, ownership information, phone number, all of that is confidential. In order to file a found pet alert, you need the microchip number. And the veterinary clinics erroneously believe that they're not required to release that chip number. I wish I had mine with me, but a lot of us in the rescue community, we do this for love. We have microchip scanners with us. I monitor social media. If somebody in Ewa Beach has found a pet, I offer to go out and scan the pet. We put microchip scanners at all the PetSmart stores. So more and more as social media grows, we out in the community, our animal loving community, we are returning these animals to their owners in the communities where they live. And this is going to save government money, because what this means is fewer animals, lost and found animals, are going into animal control. And that means we don't need to pay taxpayer monies to support that effort as much as maybe those monies could be going to, roads or sewers or things like that. So we're just hoping to save money and save lives. And I will tell you, this bill will do that. And I did include on the bill for my testimony a copy of, it's a microchip, if you can see that. Oh, it's weird, backwards. This microchip form is paper, and the Hawaiian Humane Society requires people to fill out a paper form, and they have to go get volunteers to enter all the information. The chip is 15 digits long. It's really slow and archaic. What these national pet registries do, you can do it all online. Everything is electronic. I mean, it's very thorough, very technology based, and we really love this bill and hope that you can pass it out. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. That is all the testimony. We have other testimonies from individuals, one in opposition, Gerald Silva, and 3 others in support, Andrea Quinn, Kemitis, and Celeste Cato. That's all the people that we have to testify. Members, are there any questions? Seeing none, we are going to move on to HB 416 relating to the section 711 animal cruelty section of Hawaii Revised Statute. First up, we have Inga Gibson, Pono Advocacy with comments. Not present. Next, we have Stephanie Kendrick, Hawaii Humane Society in support.
Hi, Chair. Thank you. Chair, Vice Chair, committee members, Stephanie Kendrick for the Hawaiian Humane Society. Thank you very much for the opportunity to provide testimony this morning. Hawaiian Humane is in support of House Bill 416 with the amendments that we've proposed in our written testimony. Those amendments are based on years of working on this issue, and they incorporate feedback from both dog advocates and from animal law enforcement. This is an issue that stirs strong passions. Personally, if I can indulge that for a moment, it is devastating to me to walk through my neighborhood and see dogs that are confined on chains in garages and in yards. You know, dogs are social creatures, and being isolated from their families is really poisonous to them and can lead to aggression even against their own family members. But as an institution, as an organization, the Hawaiian Humane Society has worked on this issue for so long with the goal of coming up with a balanced approach. You know, we want to respect the needs of pet owners to keep their animals safely confined to their properties, while also making sure that dogs can have safe, healthy, fear-free lives. And this bill, with our proposed amendments, strikes that balance. We're really grateful to Representative Scott Nishimoto, the sponsor of this bill, who I know has a personal commitment to making sure that this issue advances. And we hope to be able to celebrate with him the passage of a good, clean bill. Thank you for your time, and I'm available for any questions.
Okay, thank you very much. We have numerous individuals in support and a couple people with comments. That is all the people that we have registered to testify on this bill. Is there anybody else? Seeing none. Members, are there any questions? Seeing none, we will recess for decision making. Decision-making on our 10 a.m. Agriculture Committee. First up, we have HB 876 relating to pesticides. We're gonna pass this as is. Members, any comments or concerns?
I have a comment. Chair, I'm going to be voting with reservations on this one for right now. Mr. Kubo from Kauai brought up a concern, and I will speak with the Ag Director specifically about the role of that public person who is on that commission. So I'll be voting with reservations for now. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none? Vice Chair, can you take the vote?
Voting on HB 876, Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Representative Lowen.
Aye.
Representative Martin.
Aye.
Representative Matayoshi. Representative Todd.
Aye.
Representative Tokioka.
Reservation.
Representative Matsumoto.
Aye.
Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you very much, members. Next up, we have HB 247. Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Any comments or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair, can you take the vote?
Sure, voting on HB 247. Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Noting all members present, are there any reservations or no votes? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Next up, we have HB 1323. The chair's recommendation is to pass this with an HD1. All I'm going to do for now is defect the date, and we're going to work in the amendments in CPC. And this bill is a work in progress. We're going to try to address the department's concerns as this bill moves along. However, we need to get this out by tomorrow because of the triple deadline, and I'm asking for your support. Thank you very much. Any members have any concerns or reservations? Seeing none, Vice Chair.
Voting on HB 1323, Chair's recommendation is to pass with HD1. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting that all members are present, are there any reservations or no's? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Next up, we have HB 874. Chair's recommendation is to pass this with the HD1. We're going to take the HDOA, the Department of Ag's amendments, and make this effective 12/31/2021. So that's about it. Any other concerns or comments? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on HB 874, Chair's recommendation is to pass with amendments. Noting all members present, are there any no's or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you very much. Next, we have HB 756. Chair's recommendation is to take the Department of Ag's amendments and to take one at-large member and change that to the HHL member. And that's it. Any comments or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on HB 874, Chair's recommendation is to pass with HD1. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Noting all members present, are there any no's or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you. Next, we have HB 96. Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Am I out of
You're
order?
out of order.
756?
Sorry.
HB 96.
Yeah, okay. So
HB 96 as is.
Chair's recommendation is to pass HB 96 as is. Noting all members present, are there any no's or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have HB 100. The chair's recommendation is to take the tax foundation's amendments or comments and create a special fund for just the air cargo division. So the funds will stay within the air, within that air inspection department, The Department of Ag already has the inspectors, so we're gonna zero out the fee for the air cargo people, or create a fee. It'll be a zero amount. I'll let the committee's finance to figure that out, what it should be as this bill goes along. We'll make this effective 7/1/2022, and we'll put in a sunrise analysis. So that way we have a year to do a sunrise analysis on this special fund. And after that, the bill will go into effect in 7/1/2022. Is that correct? Yeah. So we have a year to do the sunrise analysis before this takes effect. Any questions or concerns? Oh, wait, and I'm gonna take the vice chair's comments of if we, for the finance, within the committee report, put in for the finance committee to see if we can actually do this through general funds, as long as we bring back the funds to
Same
this
amount.
equal amount that was collected. And and in the committee report, ask finance to look into the expenditure ceiling for the inspection program. That was, please don't ask me to repeat that. Any members have any concerns or comments? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on HB 100, Chair's recommendation is to pass with HD 1. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye, noting all members present. Are there any noes or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, thank you very much, members. Next, we have HB 872. Chair's recommendation is to pass as is.
Any questions?
Oh, sorry. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
HB 872, Chair's recommendation is to vote to pass as is, noting that all members are present. Are there any noes or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up, we have HB 156. Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Are there any comments or concerns? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote.
Voting on HB 156, Chair's recommendation is to pass as is. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye. Are there any noes or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up we have HB 1287. Chair's recommendation is to pass with an HD1. We're just going to do technical amendments for consistency and style. That's it. Any questions or concerns? Seeing none.
Chair's recommendation on HB 1287 is to pass with HD1. Chair and Vice Chair vote aye, noting all members present. Are there any noes or reservations? Seeing none, Chair, your recommendation has been adopted.
Okay, next up we have HB 146. Chair's recommendation is to defer this time certain till Friday, February 12th, on our 10 a.m. hearing. We'll put it at the end. I'm going to work with the introducer, and we're going to work with the amendments and then bring it back.
416.
Oh, sorry, 416, yes. HB 416, we're going to defer this till Friday. Thank you.